Any chance that she could move a little closer as she's way too far for me to see and remove her mask?
Okay, let's try. I guess this is the one we have to move. Oh, and she has to take her mask off. Can you do the side language to take her mask off?
I did.
She wants it closer.
Oh, you don't.
She's too far for me to see her hands.
Turned off. And it turned off. Don't move it no more.
It's not me that has to move closer to her on the screen. She needs to move closer to me.
Oh,
She could
okay.
be where the deputy is standing near near the monitor.
Uh-huh. Okay, so how can the defendant move forward? Is that good enough, or you want her closer?
A little closer, please. If you could move the monitor to the side, please. I'm sorry, but I
Because
just
she's
so
seeing
hard
from
to
up
see it.
there. All right, so let's move this monitor out of the way. Yeah, she's seeing her from that camera up there.
That's right.
Hey, we're not the IT people here.
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah.
All right, get a little closer to her. Perfect, that's good, okay.
She sees me. Okay.
Okay,
Hi, this is much better, she says.
okay, perfect. All right, so good morning, Miss Dixon.
Oh, good morning.
You are here today for your initial appearance on petty theft first degree.
Something just switched and now I see somebody's office. And so she got a lot smaller.
Oh, I didn't touch anything.
Yeah, it's somebody's office with a window with curtains. Oh, there we go. That's better.
Sorry,
No worries.
the magic people. All right, go ahead. Ms. Dixon, she's here today for petty theft first degree, $100 or more. I do find that there's probable cause for your arrest. You do not qualify for a pretrial release, and I'm setting your bond at $500. This is listed as one of our pleables. State, is there an offer?
Not at this time, Your Honor. There is a victim listed.
No offer, okay. All right, so I'm appointing the public defender to represent you at this time, and entering a plea of not guilty. Good luck.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
I'm sorry?
Any conditions?
Conditions: do not return to the scene. Sit.
Which is the scene, please, for the interpreter?
Oh, the scene is let's see. Orlando Nordstrom Rack.
I understand.
All right, good luck to you.
Judge, if you could please, because defendants have this understanding that once they get out on bond, they never have to appear again. So
Okay. So make sure if you bond out that you stay tuned for your next court date.
Okay, I understand.
All right, thank you. She was a short answer.
Yeah, she says, I understand. She just
Perfect.
keeps saying, I understand. So all the money I have to pay, all the whole $500?
Or you can go through a bondsman. $10%.
right, I understand. So I have to pay that. You have to pay the $50 to the bondsman. You pay, finish, you get out of jail.
Yes, and then you have a
You
new
have to show
court
up
date.
court. You have to show up in court. You don't show up in court, arrest again. Understand? Yes, okay, I understand now.
All right, thank you.
That's it?
Yeah, for today. Thank you, Julia. Always a pleasure to see
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you. Well, I'm sorry. Who is the judge? I'm so sorry. I don't.
Judge Gisela Laurent.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Recognize your voice.
All
Nice.
right.
It's nice. Well, not to see you, but it's nice to hear your voice.
Thank you. You too, Julia. Always a pleasure.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
All right, the next case we have is Vince Burrow.
You are the only participant.
Okay. Oh, it's a jail, right? Yes. All right, good morning, everyone in Osceola. So thank you for your patience. We're getting a little bit of a late start. We had sign language interpreter over here. And the first case that we're gonna call up in Osceola is Vince Burrow.
He's approaching you.
Thank you.
It's Yvonne Antonio for the Office of the Public Defender.
Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Burrow, you are here today for the charge of battery. I have reviewed your arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. Do we have a victim?
Judge, this is Officer Dunkirk with pretrial release. We were unable to get an answer or contact the victim.
Okay. All right, so we'll set the bond at $1,500. And no contact with the victim, no return to the scene. Is this a residence? Was this his residence? He could have one-time return for the pickup of his belongings with law enforcement.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Public defender is appointed. All right, the next case that we have is Luis Ernesto Dabila.
Good morning.
Good morning. I have count 2 as burglary of assault, forced entry. Is it proof evident presumption grade?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Are you referring to Luis Davila Gordian?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
First degree for the I have battery on a pregnant person, burglary of assault or battery, forced entry, and committing domestic battery by strangulation. Probable cause is found previously by the warrant. Appoint the public defender to represent him. I'm just questioning count 2 for bond purposes. Any input from the state?
The state defers to the court, Your Honor.
All right, so as to count 1, battery of a pregnant person, we'll set the bond at $5,000. Count 2 will be set by the division judge. And count 3 will be set at $2,000.
Just to be clear, Your Honor, is the one that you referred to be set by the division judge, is that going to be set at 0 at this time?
Yes. And he has another case.
Judge, my apologies. On that warrant that we're speaking of, the conditions of release on that warrant is no contact with victim, no weapons, firearms, and no return to the scene. Are you imposing those same conditions, Judge?
Yes. And then he has another case of simple battery. Probable cause was found by the warrant. The bond is at $500, and also no return to the scene, no contact with the victim or any witnesses.
Your Honor, would Your Honor entertain setting a reasonable bond for that, that first charge?
Me count two?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I did review the warrant. Seems to be all domestic in nature, so if the state doesn't have an objection, I can set the bond at, 10,000.
For the original case, Your Honor,
Yes.
the state would object.
So it's five. You would object? I thought you said you deferred to the judge, the court, earlier. Well, then- That's why I'm saying that, because ultimately, it's all the same fact pattern for everything, just, so, I wanted to hear what you were gonna say, but then you said you deferred to the court, and so. We haven't heard from the victim.
Yes, Your Honor, and that's one of the reasons why
Excuse me.
I would object to the $10,000 bond.
Okay.
The state would request at least a $15,000 bond.
15? All right, we'll set it at 15.
That's, don't say that, that's fine.
All right, thank you.
Defense does not object to the $10,000 bond.
Well, the
I'm
state
sorry.
wants 15, so we're gonna set it for 15.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
So you have bonds on everything now?
All right, the next person is
Go ahead,
Ricky.
go over there, I'll talk to you.
Mr. Trey, Mr. Flynn, what case are you here on?
I'm here on Wesley Mitchell, he's on Orange County.
Okay. We'll call that shortly. All right, so Ricky de los Santos Perez.
Approaching.
Good morning.
Good morning. Any contact with the victim in this case?
No, Judge. It was a constant busy signal. When we tried, just for the court's records, Mr. De Los Santos does not have any history, and he does qualify for a monetary bond with pretrial release, Judge.
Okay. All right, so appoint the public defender to represent him. I do find that there's probable cause for both the domestic strangulation and the aggravated. Oh, wait, I did have a problem, because I didn't see anywhere on here that there was any evidence of, that the defendant knew she was pregnant, or that Maria said that she was pregnant. No probable cause for a pregnant person?
We just asked that the bond be based on a simple battery DV, not a battery on a pregnant person.
State?
The state would request a 24 or 48-hour reset to be able to establish PC.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do a 24-hour reset, so I'll be here tomorrow. The charge says aggravated battery on a pregnant person. I didn't see any indication that she was pregnant in the police report. And so we'll reset to tomorrow.
Your Honor, if I may, defense would stipulate to that arrest for this time so that he can get a bond for today.
Okay. All right, so the defense, well, appointed public defender, they're stipulating to the pregnancy element, and we'll.
Just for the purpose of initial appearances, of course.
All right, and we'll set the bond at 2,500 for count one and 3,000 for count two.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is Judge going to impose the
Yes.
pretrial release?
Yes, and pretrial release.
Any conditions, Judge?
No return to the scene, no contact with the victim or any witnesses, and one-time pickup with law enforcement for personal effects.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. All right. Next case we have Taliana Gonzalez.
Approaching, Your Honor.
Judge, just for the court's record, Ms. Gonzalez does not have any criminal history, and she does qualify for a direct pretrial release on both cases.
Okay. All right, Ms. Gonzalez, I have reviewed your charges of expired tag and driving while under the influence. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you, and your bonds are going to be bond or pretrial release. So the bond for the expired tag is $250, the bond for the DUI is $500, or she can do pretrial release for both charges.
Can we stipulate that currently, ma'am, Because she does qualify for a direct pretrial release. Can we ask the defendant if she wants it?
Your Honor, we'd prefer direct PTR at this time.
All right, so direct PTR it is for both charges.
Any conditions, Judge, or no?
No?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, David Lopez Morales.
Judge, just also for the court's record, the victim does not want any contact. He has no Florida history. He has history out of New York. Last conviction was 2006, and Mr. Lopez does qualify for a bond with pretrial release.
Okay. All right, so I'm appointing a public defender to represent him on both counts. Mr. Lopez Morales, you have reckless driving. I find that there's probable cause. The bond is set for $500 or $100 with pretrial release. And for your charges of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, state your position on the bond.
The state will defer to the court, Your Honor.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and set the bond for the aggravated battery at, with a deadly weapon at $10,000. And domestic violence violation of injunction is going to be, $500. No contact with the victim. No return to her address or her place of employment. And was this, he can go one time with law enforcement to pick up his personal effects. Now, I'm granting a bond in this case right now, but based on the narrative, you received the domestic violence injunction and the same day you went to the address. I don't want you to talk about the case, but you should return for a violation of the injunction. There will be no bond.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor. And as to the reckless, defendant has indicated that he'd like to be onto PTR.
All right, so straight PTR, but it's PTR with a bond, so it's $100 plus PTR.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, are you going to impose the pretrial release on the other case, the aggravated battery in violation of injunction?
Yes.
With the stipulations of the conditions you just set forth, no contact, no return, and a one-time with law enforcement officer?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, the next case is Lillian Maldonado.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're appointing the public defender to represent you in this case. I do find that there's probable cause for the charge of simple battery. And your bond will be $500. You are not to return to the scene. You're not to have any contact with any victims or witnesses in this case. See, and you can return one time for your possessions with law enforcement.
Your Honor, if I may, this residence is under the defendant's name. The lease is under her name. So we'd ask that if for whatever reason the alleged victim does move out of the residence, that she be allowed to return and reside at that residence.
Yes, if he moves out, because if not, it looks like he was living there, so you'd have to do an eviction.
Right, Your Honor. I just want to make sure that she does not violate that no return once he moves out.
Okay. The only it'll say maintain separate residence, but she has to make sure that she has knowledge that he has actually moved out.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. All right. Elisa Maria Melendez Milan.
She has requested Spanish interpreter.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna move it to the end with all other Spanish cases.
Yes, Your Honor.
Richard Newell.
He's in the back, 1 second.
Okay.
You can roll over. You can move right over.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Newell. How are you doing today?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So I am going to appoint public defender to represent you. I do find that there's probable cause for the charges listed as drug possession of a controlled substance, drug paraphernalia, and trespass after warning. Your bonds are set as follows: $1,000 for count 1, $500 for count 2, and $250 for count 3.
Your Honor, it appears he does qualify for direct PTR. We'd ask that he be direct PTR in these cases.
Okay. All right, so he can, do we want to ask him if he wants a PTR election?
Yes, Your Honor, 1 second. We'd ask that he be placed on PTR, Your Honor.
All right, so in lieu of bond, we'll go ahead and set direct PTR on all 3 counts.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, any conditions that you'd like to set forth?
Not possess any drugs or alcohol. Not return to the scene when he was present.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ruth Odell.
Approaching. You can lift up the microphone when you go up there.
Cases? Oh. All right, Miss Odell, welcome this morning. You have 2 cases. You have a violation of probation community control. I'm appointing a public defender to represent you in that matter, and your bond will be set by the division judge. And you also have another case for violation of probation community control, and again, that case, your bond will be set by the division judge. Public defender is appointed on both cases to represent you. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There's no way she can sit upon.
No.
What's the division judge?
The judge you're gonna have.
All right, the next case we have is Jonathan Dean Stowe. All right, good morning, Mr. Dean. You're here on 4 cases. Possession of controlled substance without a prescription, 2 counts, and 1 for meth and 1 for fentanyl. And then misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia and resisting arrest without violence. I have reviewed the affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. Your bonds will be set as follows. Well, does he qualify for PTR? I have here direct PTR per administrative order. So we'll go ahead and set him for drug offender PTR on all 4 counts. Public defender is appointed to represent you.
It's on mute.
Oh, sorry. Sorry,
Over here. Judge, no drugs or alcohol and random drug and alcohol testing?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Represent me?
All right, the next case is gonna be Sonia Angeli Valentin Rivera.
Any criminal history and we were unable to contact the victim, and she does qualify for a bond with pretrial release.
All right. So I did review the charging affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. We'll go ahead and set pretrial release with a $100 bond. No return to the scene, no contact with any victim or witnesses in this case.
Your Honor, if I may, the alleged victim and defendant in this case have mutual children. So we'd ask that she be allowed to contact the victim, and if a third party cannot facilitate the visitation, that you allow no hostile contact only and merely for the sake of the children.
We haven't heard from the victim, so she'll have to file for an amendment of the bond condition.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So for record, no contact with victim or witness, no return, nothing for the children, correct?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this is the same situation. The lease is under the defendant's name. We'd ask that if the alleged victim be able to move out, that a separate residence be imposed instead of that no return.
All right, we'll just add the maintain separate residences then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
One-time return with law enforcement to pick up her items in the meantime.
Thank you.
All right, next case we have is Jason Whitfield.
Approaching.
All right, Mr. Whitfield, I've reviewed your packet, and you have out-of-county warrants, so you'll be on hold until they pick you up. Bond is set at 0 at this time.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, would Your Honor entertain any bond for this case at this time?
It'll be set by the division judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Edward Raymond Zebley.
Approaching, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Defendant
Yes, ma'am.
has indicated to me that he'd like to plea out to this case today if possible.
Okay, so it's a violation of an ordinance. What is the offer, state?
The state defers to the court, but it would likely be credit time served.
I'm sorry?
Credit time served, Your Honor.
Credit for time served, all right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so, yeah, how much time does he have in?
2 days
Yeah.
as of today. He was picked up yesterday.
Okay. Well, let's have him sworn in.
Here's your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Mr. Zebley, you are appointed the public defender for purposes of this plea. You're currently charged for violation of a median ordinance. The offer is credit for time served, which is 2 days. And how do you wish to plead? Guilty or no contest?
Guilty. I was drinking.
Okay, I'll accept your
I was
plea
drinking beer.
I accept your plea of guilty. I find that you're entering this plea of guilty freely and voluntarily after having the opportunity to discuss this case with your public defender. Are you satisfied with the service of public defender?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Osceola County Jail, credit for time served for the 2 days that you've already spent. And your total financial obligation is going to be sent to you. You'll have a year to pay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Alex Rivera.
He's in the back cage. 1 second, Your Honor.
Hold all your questions, guys, until the end. We gotta go through everybody.
You gave him a special jump. All All right, Mr. Rivera, how are you doing this morning?
How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. All right, well, you're currently here for fleeing and eluding on high speed with disregard for the public safety. And I find that there's probable cause for the charges. I'm gonna appoint the defendant to represent you, setting your bond at $2,500.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right, Charles Clay White.
Approaching. Your Honor, just for the record, I'm unable to see you. Who am I speaking with?
You're not able to see Judge Laurent.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. So we have Mr. White, who is charged, who has an out-of-county warrant from Palm Beach. They say they want to pick you up. So we'll go ahead and hold you for the department. It's a violation of probation. Your bond is set at 0. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Do we have Gabriel Millet?
No, Your Honor. He's still combative and is in mental health unit. We'd ask that his initial appearance be waived at this time. This is his second reset, so we just asked for a waiver for today.
All right, so we'll go ahead and waive his appearance today. We're appointing public defender to represent him. Count 1, the bond is set at $1,500. Count 2, the bond will be set by the division judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to the Spanish cases.
Good morning, this is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line. Not sworn in yet.
Hi, Ms. Romero, it's Judge Laurent.
Hi, Judge, how are you? Nice to hear your voice.
Doing well, doing well. All right, we have 3 cases for you here at the jail for Osceola.
Oh, okay. Great.
The first case is gonna be Enrique Buchamp Rodriguez.
He's in the cage.
He's in the back cage in 1 second, Your Honor.
Okay. And Madam Public Defender, can you please state the case number for the interpreter?
I don't have a case number available to me, Your Honor.
Okay. Me neither. Sorry, Ms. Romero.
That's okay.
Defendant is present.
All right. And Ms. Romero, have you been sworn in today?
Not yet, Your Honor.
All right.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear to translate from Spanish to English, from English to Spanish, to the best of your ability?
I do, Dalia Romero, state certified Spanish interpreter for the record.
Thank you.
All right. So, good morning, Mr. Buchamp Rodriguez.
Muy buenos días, señor Buchamp Rodriguez.
You are here today for the charge of battery.
Usted está aquí en el día de hoy por una acusación de agresión.
Sí.
Right, and I guess the victim was arrested too. It says victim is in custody and victim wants contact.
Aparentemente la víctima también fue arrestada y está bajo custodia y quiere tener contacto con el señor.
He does qualify for PTR with bond.
Él es elegible para libertad preventiva con una fianza.
And so we'll set the bond at $100 plus pretrial release.
La fianza va a ser de $100 más las condiciones de libertad preventiva.
You are to have no hostile contact with the victim.
Usted no va a poder tener contacto hostil con la víctima.
That means you can be together, you can live together, but you cannot be fighting. Do you understand that?
Eso quiere decir que pueden estar juntos, pueden vivir juntos, pero no pueden pelearse. ¿Entiende esto, señor?
Sí.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
Judge, just to be on the record. For both parties, they have 4 prior batteries with each other. All cases dropped.
Okay.
Señora juez, para las actas, ambas partes han tenido 4 casos de agresión el uno contra el otro y han sido desestimados. Bien.
All right, so you understand that you have a history of being arrested for domestic violence battery, and that every time that happens, it goes on your record. You understand that?
Usted entiende que usted tiene un historial por haber sido arrestado por agresión, violencia doméstica en 4 ocasiones y cada vez que esto pasa, esto queda en su expediente. ¿Entiende esto, señor?
Sí, pero 4.
Yes, but 4?
Well, the reason why I'm telling you this is only because it may get to a point that even though you guys want to live together, the court may order that you cannot. You understand that?
La razón por la cual le menciono esto es porque puede llegar a un punto que aunque ustedes quieran vivir juntos, la corte puede ser que se lo impida. ¿Entiende esto?
Okay, entendí.
Okay, I understand.
All right. State, did you want to say something?
Yes, you're on the record that the state does object to having no hostile contact. The state would request no contact based on the prior DV record of the 2.
La fiscal quiere decir en actas que ella se opone a que se le permita tener contacto aunque sea no hostil. Ella estaba pidiendo que se le ordenaran a no tener contacto el uno con el otro.
So that's exactly what I was talking about. But this time, since I've already ordered it, I'm going to allow it. Just note that that is the future of you guys coming to court.
Ya yo he tomado mi decisión y lo voy a dejar como está, pero esté consciente que si en el futuro ustedes regresan a la corte, ese va a ser el resultado, que se le va a ordenar a no tener contacto. ¿Entendido?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, the next case is going to be Kenny Alberto Cruz Rodriguez.
Approaching.
All right, good morning. Still almost done. Mr. Cruz Rodriguez, you are here today for battery, appointing a public defender to represent you. I do find that there is probable cause. And defense, your position on the residence?
Señor, usted ha sido acusado de agresión, se le designa al defensor público, la juez halla que hay causas que respaldan la acusación y se le pregunta al fiscal o a la defensa cuál es la postura en dónde vivir.
Yeah. She wants contact?
What's that?
1 second, Your Honor.
Judge, we actually spoke to the victim. She's moving out of state as we speak because I believe the residence belongs to the defendant.
We'd ask that he be allowed to live at that residence and that a no hostile contact order be placed.
All right.
Bien,
They do have children in common.
La fiscalía acaba de hablar con la víctima, está en el proceso de mudarse fuera del estado. La defensa está pidiendo que se le permita vivir en la propiedad porque aparentemente es la propiedad de él y que se le permita tener contacto pero no hostil. Y aparentemente tienen niños en común.
They do have children in common, Your Honor.
Tienen niños en común, su señoría.
All right, State.
State requests no contact. I understand that the victim is intending to move out of state. However, based on the charge, the state requests no contact.
All right. There was
La
nothing
fiscal
really
está
agreed.
pidiendo.
Sorry, go ahead.
Perdón, la fiscal está pidiendo que se ordene que no se le permita tener contacto. Tenemos entendido que la víctima está mudándose fuera del estado, pero aún así ellos quieren que se le ordene a no tener contacto por la naturaleza de los cargos.
All right. So after reviewing the pretrial release form, the risk assessment was low. They've had contact with the victim, so there's not a fear for her safety since she's leaving the state. She has also requested contact, and they have children in common. So at this time, the court is going to appoint a public defender. I'm setting the bond at $500. I'll order no hostile contact and for the parties to maintain separate residences.
Bien, la juez ha repasado, el riesgo es bajo, la víctima no tiene temor, pidió tener contacto, tiene niños en común, la fianza son $500, no pueden tener contacto hostil y tienen que vivir por separados.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Gracias.
All right, Elisa Maria Melendez Milan.
Buenos días. Good morning.
Buenos días. All right, you are here today for battery. We just saw Mr. Enrique earlier. I don't know if you were in the same room when we were addressing his case.
Bien, usted ha sido acusada de agresión y vimos al señor Enrique hace un momento. No sé si usted estaba presente cuando hablamos del caso de él.
Sí, estaba presente.
Yes, I was here, present.
Right. So you understand that based on the history of you guys calling the police and having incidences, this would be the fourth time. That next time you come into court with any type of battery charges, the court may order that you shall not have any contact. Do you understand that?
Bien, usted ha escuchado que usted y el señor tienen un historial de llamar a la policía por violencia doméstica en 4 ocasiones. Tengan entendido, tenganlo claro que si ustedes vuelven a venir aquí por agresión, la corte puede ser que en el futuro ordene a que ustedes, ninguno de los dos tengan contacto el uno con el otro. ¿Entiende esto, señora?
Sí, lo entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. So at this time, I'm going to order a $100 bond with pretrial release.
Se le ordena que a pagar una fianza de $100 con las condiciones de libertad preventiva.
And no hostile contact.
Y no pueden tener contacto hostil.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
No.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. That's all the interpreter cases that we have for today and all the Osceola cases that we have for today. Have a great day.
You too, bye-bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You will be calling for the orange, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah. All right, so we can end call.
Good morning, this is Nadia Romero, Spanish interpreter.
Welcome back.
That was fast.
All right, the next case we have for Orange County is Stephanie Maria Galino.
Yeah. I am connected to the podium.
Okay, so the interpreter is for the victim.
Okay, perfect.
All right, I can't see now with the I need the TV moved. There we go. Thank you. All right, good morning, Miss Galino. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Great. And we have the alleged victim, Mr. Matthew Santana Rivera.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Tenemos la alegada víctima, Matthew Santana Rivera.
All right. So you're Ms. Galino is charged with domestic violence and battery, and you are the victim in this case. Do you want to have contact with the defendant?
Yeah, yo mi pareja. Yeah, sí.
Okay.
Yes, she is my partner.
Okay. Are you in fear for your safety?
¿Teme por su seguridad?
No, ninguno.
No, none at all.
State any questions?
¿Alguna pregunta del fiscal?
No, Your Honor.
No, su señoría.
All right. So we'll go ahead and, does she qualify for PTR?
She qualifies for direct PTR, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll allow her to have direct PTR and no hostile contact with the victim.
Se le va a permitir a ella salir bajo libertad preventiva y no puede tener contacto hostil con la víctima.
What happened this? Okay. Mr. Flynn?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because of
All right, Ms. Romero, that's all the Spanish interpreter cases. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You have a great weekend.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, Mr. Flynn. We have, for the record, Wesley Robert Mitchell.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and he currently has charges of attempted second-degree murder of a law enforcement officer with a firearm, attempted second-degree murder with a firearm, aggravated battery with a firearm, possession of a firearm by convicted felon, possession of a firearm, and commission of a felony.
Yes, Your Honor. And we aren't asking the court to make any determination on bond. We recognize the no bond status at this time.
Okay, perfect.
Your Honor, one thing I would like to address with the court is I've represented Mr. Mitchell in the past. He does have a lot of mental health issues. He's not being treated for mental health issues right now. I don't know if he can get moved there, if corrections can at least evaluate him at this point. These are very serious charges that have taken place within the last 48 hours. He has a documented history of mental illness with this court. That's why I'm here, is I want to make sure he gets the appropriate attention, at least for now, while we kind of get on our feet and get our experts together.
Okay. State?
No objection to an evaluation, Your Honor.
Okay. Any suggested doctor? Danziger, Mings?
No, I would.
Who has he had in the past?
Your Honor, I have to look that up. If I could get an order to the court, to the trial judge on Monday, potentially, so that we can get that taken care of.
Okay.
But I don't know if the jail could at least get a psych report done today of some sort so I can talk to whomever has evaluated in the past, because I can't recall who we used. It was a few years ago.
All right. So what we'll do is, at this time, based on the charges, proof of evidence, presumption great, we're not going to set a bond at this time. That'll be set by the division judges on all counts. If we could get a psychological evaluation done, performed at the jail, we'll order that be done. If not, we'll ask Mr. Flynn to submit a psychological evaluation order to the division judge with the doctor who's previously evaluated him.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. No, we'll let the division judge just do it, because it's not gonna be, yeah. You didn't give me next. All right, so we have James Anderson. Thank you. You have a great weekend. Thanks. Go Gators. right, so we have Mr. Anderson here. And Mr. Anderson, you have 2 out-of-county warrants for violation of community control. And therefore, your bond will be set at 0 on both cases. And your bond should be addressed by the division judge once you get to St. Lucie County, okay? Good luck to you.
Excuse me. Do I get a chance to say anything? Because I don't understand this. I just got out of jail 2 weeks ago Thursday. I don't know what the violation is for.
Well,
in
they
the-
will tell you once
I was
they
in
see
the-
you there. We don't have your charges for St. Lucie County. I can appoint a defendant to represent you while you're here to make sure that you're transported as soon as possible.
Okay, yeah, because I was, the reason I'm in a wheelchair, I was in the VA hospital. I'm due to have this leg amputated. It was
I'm
supposed to be
sorry about
amputated
that.
Friday.
Okay. Well, the
So
public
I don't
defender, talk to your attorney so that they can help you expedite your transition, okay?
Okay,
Good
will they
luck to you.
will I see him here or have to go to St. Lucie County?
You'll see one here.
I'm here right now,
Oh, okay.
and then we'll go from there. But like I said, they have a.
Okay, put your legs up, sir. You got it?
All right, the next case we have is Joshua Sieber. All right, good morning. Is it Sieber or Sever?
Severe, like severe weather.
Severe. That's even better. All right, Mr. Severe, you have 2 out-of-county warrants. So your bond will remain at, well, they have bonds for you, so I guess $10,000 each.
Hold on, you said 2?
Yes, sir. That's what I have.
2 for what?
I don't know.
Your Honor, it's 1 case and 1 count.
It's 1 case?
One
Oh, I
case.
have, I guess, 2 copies?
Yes.
Okay. All right, there you go. So it's 1 case, 1 count, $10,000. Good luck to you.
All right, have a blessed one.
You too. All right, Jack Aragola Melendez. All right, so good afternoon, Mr. Melendez. You are here today for 2 counts, which is burglary of a structure and grand theft in the 3rd degree. I do find that there's probable cause that's been also listed by warrant, and I'm appointing public defender to represent you. Your bonds will be $5,000 for count 1 and $150 for count 2. Good luck to you.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
No return to the scene and no possession of burglary tools. All right, we have Anthony Quinton Reyes.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, sir, you're here today for 2 counts of failure to appear. Your division judge has set the bond as follows. Count 1, $250. Count 2, $2,500. The public defender is appointed to represent you. Good luck to you.
You know, the HIV/AIDS cures in Germany, you know.
I'm sorry?
That's all I wanted to say. The HIV/AIDS cures in Germany.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Where'd he go?
What was the bond?
All right.
It'll be on, it's on the FTA.
Okay.
Troy Champion? All right, well, good afternoon, Mr. Champion. You are here today for violation of probation. And your bond is going to be set by your division judge. They didn't set it for you, but I'm appointing a defendant to represent you, okay? Good luck to you.
Excuse me, ma'am. When did I get violated? I didn't receive a warrant or anything.
Your public defender is going to inform you about that. All right, next case we have is Wendell Harp. right, Mr. Harp, how you doing today? Good? You're gonna have to speak up, sir, okay? I'm appointing for the defendant to represent you in this case. You have 7 charges here: shooting, throwing a missile into a dwelling or structure, burglary, occupied dwelling, aggravated assault therein, aggravated battery with a weapon, domestic violence, battery with strangulation, false imprisonment, domestic violence, and criminal mischief. Do we have a victim? Have we heard from the victim?
No
No?
contact with the victim, Your Honor.
No contact, okay. All right, so at this time, State, do you have a position as to the bonds?
State defers to the court, Your Honor. Just, that's all.
Based on the severity of the offense, count 1, count 2, count 3, there'll be no bond. Count 4, the bond will be $1,000. Count 5, the bond will be $1,000. Count 6, the bond will be $1,000. And count 7, the count will be $500. No contact with the victim, no return to the scene, no possession of any firearms or weapons.
Your Honor, if I could be heard briefly, I don't think any of these cases are punishable by life felony. I think you're still entitled to a reasonable bond to be set, even though the severity the defense will admit is severe. I still believe it's entitled to a reasonable bond.
State?
The state would request at least a $10,000 bond on each of counts 1 through 3.
Okay. So we'll set the bond at $10,000 for count 1, 2, and 3, each. Same conditions as previously stated. All right, we have Devontae Hunter.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing today?
I'm all right.
Good, but Mr. Hunter, you were previously out on bond for aggravated assault, domestic violence. And now you have aggravated battery on a pregnant person and battery by strangulation. Is this the same person?
No, those my baby mamas.
Oh, 2 different baby mamas?
Yeah, they was just mad.
Okay. All right. Well, for the new case, we'll set, have you heard from the victim?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and revoke the bond on the aggravated assault with domestic violence that you were out on bond for. You'll have to address the division judge about that case. For your new case, we're gonna set your bond at $5,000 for count 1 and $2,000 for count 2. No contact with the victim, no return to the scene. Good luck to you. Oh, no weapons or no firearms. He didn't have any weapons or firearms. But no weapons or firearms. Who?
Mr. Hunter, there's a second case.
Oh, we have to bring Mr. Hunter back. Where is the other one?
Take the paper.
Oh my goodness. That's the one that probably has the firearm thing. Sheesh. All right, sorry, Mr. Hunter. Didn't catch that you had also a separate case. On this case, you have possession of a firearm by convicted felon. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my goodness. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 counts of possession of ammunition by convicted felon. Okay, give me 1 second.
Your Honor, just in ease of later work, I would just ask for a reasonable bond on the first count and then a nominal bond on the other 11. I just think we're going to end up spinning our wheels if we parked out.
All right, we'll find probable cause. I was just thinking if it was, if the narrative said that it was per bullet or something.
But I read as well.
Okay.
I just agree with Mr. Mayor. If we-
Okay. All right. So we'll set the bond for count one at $5,000, and for counts 2 through 13, we'll make them ancillary bonds at $25 each.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, the next person's gonna be Jordan Jenkins.
Your Honor, that's some mental health.
I'm sorry? He's a what?
Mental health.
Mental health.
He does have a victim. He has a victim.
Okay. So we'll waive his appearance.
No conditions on this case. That's the one that you, that's probably the one that says no possession of firearm.
It was on the wrong case.
Oh, okay. Put it on this one too.
Okay.
All right. So is this Lakeisha?
Yes,
How are you doing today?
I'm all right.
Good. All right. So we're here today for the initial appearance of Mr. Jenkins. And do you have a position as to whether you're in fear for your safety? You want him to return home?
Yeah, I am in fear for my safety.
Okay. All right. So after reading the report, I do find that there's probable cause. We'll set the bond. Does he qualify for mental health pretrial release?
He's on active state probation.
Active state probation. Okay. All right. Well, then I guess he'll be picked up again after this. But for now, we'll set the bond at $10,000.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
Yes, no return to the scene, no contact with the victim, no possession of weapons or firearms. All right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and immediately report to probation officer upon release. Barley Joseph. He's mental health as well. We're gonna waive his. Okay, let's call that case up. We're waiving his appearance. Appointing the public defender to represent him. She left. Okay, well then. We'll go ahead and revoke his bond on his battery on a licensed security officer and battery on a licensed security officer. And for his new charges, we'll set his bond on count 1 at $100 and count 2 at $2,500. No return to the scene. No contact with the victim. That's it.
Your Honor, for the case that you revoked bond, do you know the case number?
Yes, 2021 CF 12251.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, what was the bonds for the new case?
I'm sorry?
The bonds for the new case?
Oh. 2,500 for count 2 and 100 for count 1. All right, can the state and public defender please approach? All right, so we're calling the case of Guillermo Lopez said por Mulero. All right, good afternoon. Okay, and we don't have a victim present.
Your Honor, she just departed.
Okay.
She left?
We had no.
Okay. All right, so in this case, we've addressed the case on sidebar with the Public Defender's Office and the state, and we have a stipulation by the parties. I will take no action on his 21 CF 9482. And we will, as far as the battery, the strangulation, and battery domestic violence, will set the bond as follows: 2,000 for count 1 and 500 for count 2. Is that acceptable, state?
Can you repeat the amounts, Your Honor?
2,000 for count 1 and 500 for count 2.
That's acceptable.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
No, well, I need to find out about the residence. Mr. Public Defender, can you find out if that's his residence? Has she left the scene, the residence?
Your Honor.
I live, this is my house. It's my house. She don't live there. She's not there. Went to my house.
Your Honor. Your Honor. Your Honor. Did you see the note?
Your Honor, they have separate residences, so it's not gonna be an issue if they can't have contact.
What, the notes from you on the Peter Ellis thing?
Yes. It was about the resident.
Let me see something.
I can reprint it if you don't have it.
Maintain separate residence, no contact with the victim, and I don't see the notes. Let me see. Here, see, it's here.
Turn, walk away, leave. Just leave.
Yeah, I have the paper. You want to sign it?
All right, that's fine. That's consistent with the court's ruling. He can return to the scene, but the party ought to maintain separate residences.
Yeah, well, right
No, no.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He's left this. Thank you. All right, so this is, next one is Damari Rashawn Lowry. How are you doing today? Good. Great. All right, you're here today for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, domestic violence related. Is there a victim present? All right, so I find out there is probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. And your bond will be?
He does qualify for direct PTR, Your Honor.
Direct PTR, okay. No contact with the victim, no return to the scene. And was this at a residence? I mean, let's look again. You have one-time return for your belongings. Good luck to you. Yeah. All right. Sean Anthony Reed. All right, Mr. Reed, how are you doing today?
Good.
Great. All right, and we have a victim here today. How are you doing, ma'am?
Doing well, how are you?
Very well, thank you. We're here today for the domestic violence battery and tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement. How do you want to have contact with the defendant?
Yes.
Okay, are you feared for your safety?
No.
All right, state any questions?
I do want to know, is it possible for him to get anger management at all?
Oh, that's you talking. Sometimes with the mouth, I can't tell who's talking. I thought it was
That's me, I'm sorry.
All right. we can, anger management will be addressed if he ends up pleading to the charge, okay? Right now, we're just here for initial appearance.
Okay.
All right, so that being said, are you still in fear for your safety or not?
No.
Okay, perfect. All right, State, any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Is he known to have weapons?
No.
Was there alcohol related to this incident?
Yes.
Was there drugs related to this incident? No further questions, Your Honor.
If I could be heard briefly.
Yes?
You wouldn't have any issue calling law enforcement if there was a future incident, is that correct?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Would you be afraid to call law enforcement if there's another future incident that happens?
No.
Nothing further.
All right, it says here that they do not live together at this time, but they are in a domestic relationship. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I found that there's probable cause. I'm gonna order that there's no hostile contact with the victim, okay?
He does qualify for a PTR, Your Honor.
And he'll be PTR on both counts.
That's straight PTR, Your Honor?
Straight PTR, yes.
Was that no return to the residence?
No, they don't live together, it says on the paperwork. So
Okay.
No hostile contact.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't know how I'm out of order with this thing, but I'm making a mess. All right, next one is Cassandra Sonnefeld.
Your Honor, that's mental health.
Mental health, okay, we'll go ahead. And do we have a victim?
No.
All right, so we'll waive her appearance, find probable cause, appoint public defender, set the bond at $500, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, and a one-time return with law enforcement to pick up her property.
Any action on the open cases?
I'm sorry?
Any action?
I don't have any other open cases in here.
This is chickens.
Oh, no, this is not chicken, this is Cassandra Sunfield.
Oh, Your Honor, I was informed by the clerk that she's going to be reset for tomorrow. Sonnefeld, right?
Why are they being reset?
Mental. She came in after the cutoff time. She came in at 3:45, I believe, and our cutoff is 3 o'clock. So she will be seen tomorrow.
Why don't we just adjust it today?
We also told the victim.
If we're appointed, I'm happy to waive. It's a mental health issue.
Okay.
We also
Public
told
defender's appointed.
We also told the victim to come tomorrow. So he's expecting to come tomorrow.
Well, maybe not.
Okay, all right, reset for tomorrow. You guys like more work on Sunday?
I really don't. I tried.
All right, now we're gonna go to Miss Chickens. Chicken. Chicken. He's mental health. Okay, we're waiving his appearance, appointing a public defender. And setting his, is he PTR qualified?
No, Your Honor.
All right, bond's $500.
And then any action on his open case.
I don't have any other open cases for him.
All right. This is chickens.
Yes.
He has 1, 2, 3 open cases.
I don't have them. I don't have the yellow paper.
You want me to call it?
No action.
No action. Okay. First case number is 2021 MM003383AO. Second case number is 2021 MM0058680AO. And the last one is 2021 MM0036780AO.
Your Honor, I would ask for no action taken in those cases. I don't have much of Mr. Cesare's record. That being said, he did have a Baker Act hearing on 9/8, so 3 days ago, that he's still being held on. So I think that's an indication of these issues with mental health. And
Yeah, I'm not taking any action, I already said. I know it's a mess over there.
Just told me that.
All right, Cardell Cannon. Hi, Mr. Cannon, how you doing today?
How are you doing today, Judge?
Very well, thank you. You're here today for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Do we have a victim? Probable cause has been previously found by warrant, and public defender is appointed in your case. The bond is set at $3,500. No contact with the victim, no return to the scene, no possession of any deadly weapons. Do you understand that?
Permission to speak, Your Honor?
You have a public defender, so unless you want to tell me something nice about the weather, I suggest you don't.
Please know who my public defender is.
Well, you're gonna get into, he's your PD for today.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Quick question, Your Honor.
Ask me first. Do I have a victim?
There is a victim.
Thank you for your time, Judge.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. All righty, we have Ralphine Carmena T. Denziak. Your name, they're all put together, so I can't tell if it's one last name, three last names, but it's you. And we have you for possession of fentanyl, possession of cocaine, possession of controlled substance, and violation of your business purposes only license. I do find that there's probable cause on all counts. I'm appointing a public defender to represent you. Your bonds will be set as follows. Count 1, $1,000. Count 2, $100. Count 3, $100. And count 4, $100. All right. You are to not drive in violation of your BPO, and you are not to possess any drugs or alcohol. You understand that? All right. Good luck to you.
The next one.
Minerva Charlotte.
Mental health.
Mental health. We'll go ahead and waive her appearance today. We're going to revoke her bond on the 2021 CF 12230. And she has another case, but I don't have a case number, looks like. Oh, here it is. And 2021 CF 95590, bond is revoked. And now she has new charges. And we're appointing the public defender to represent her. I do find out there's probable cause for the new cases, and her bonds will be as follows. Count 1, $10,000. Count 2, $10,000. Count 3, $500. No contact with the victim. No possession of any drugs or weapons.
Your Honor,
No return to the scene.
for the revoked cases, it's 2021 CF 0095590 and 2021 CF 0095248. You said both revoked?
Yes, and but I had different case numbers here. So I have the 2021 CF 95559. The other one was 21 CF 12230.
That's the new case that she's in on.
That's they put the wrong case number in here. So we'll use your case number.
Okay, so you said revoke?
Yes.
So
And then,
what are the case numbers?
Let PTR tell you.
Okay.
The first one is 2021 CF 0095590, and the other is 2021 CF 0095248.
Thank you.
Righty. Oh, dun, dun. Charles Close. You don't look like Charles.
You have the jail number?
I'm sorry?
The jail number should be 210.
His inmate number is who? Inmate number 21021-341.
Close.
Bonded.
Charles Close bonded.
Bonded. Okay. Victoria Felix, is that you?
Ma'am.
Okay, all right. Well, you are here today for burglary of an unoccupied structure and grand theft in the first degree. I have reviewed your arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. Here he goes.
Excuse me, can I say something?
To your attorney, yes?
Because how do I get this occupied Listen, I know.
Now, it says here on her statement she has an out-of-county hold from Sumter County.
Yes, Your Honor. It's a no bond for FTA, driving with suspended license, second conviction.
Okay. All right.
It just had shoes in it.
All right, so for today, I'm setting your bond at $5,000 for count 1 and $100 for count 2. No return to the scene, no contact with any victim or witnesses in this case. You do have bonds for your Orange County cases, but you are also failed to appear for Sumter County, so you have a hold for them, okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
So basically what she's saying.
All right, next person, David Graham. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Great. Well, you are here today for attempted first-degree murder with a weapon, burglary of a dwelling with assault therein, and aggravated battery. State, are any of these first degree?
Your Honor, the first charge is a punishable by life. This is defense, by the way. Punishable life crime. That being said, it does require a finding of proof evidence presumption great for it to be held no bond. After reading the arrest affidavit, it merely states the first name as a potential as the potential perpetrator. It also lists a clothing item that doesn't match the arrest photo. And they also, I would just ask that reasonable bond be set. And as of today, proof evidence presumption great not be found.
All right, state?
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Yes?
Thank you.
I would just like to briefly again point out, the basis for the identification, as far as I can tell, is a first name and someone who also lives in an apartment complex. The first name is David, which is, I think, on the top 5 most common first names in the country. It's also an apartment complex. Many people potentially have the first name David.
Your Honor, in response to that, the victim did state that it was her neighbor. So it looked like the person was known.
That fact is understood. Just again, the standard for proof evidence presumption grade is greater than beyond a reasonable doubt. It's potentially one of the highest standards. So I just don't think we're there today. I'm not saying we're not going to get there. I think as of today, we're not there yet.
Based on the severity of the facts, Your Honor, and the charge itself, and that the victim seemed to know the defendant, the state would request no bond.
All right, I did have the opportunity to review this. I was the judge who signed the warrant. I've previously been familiar with this case, and based on the severity of the case and the known relationship between the parties, I'm going to go ahead and set the count 1 at no bond. Count 2 will be $10,000, and count 3 will be $10,000. All
Thank you, Your Honor.
right, public defender is appointed.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
No return to the scene, no contact with the victim, and no possession of any firearm or weapons. All right, Beverly Christine Lemeline.
Mental health, Your Honor?
You said mental health?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll go ahead and waive their appearance. And are they still currently here at the jail, with the corrections officer?
Yes, they're
All
here.
right, so no contact with the victim. I guess they need to be kept separate. And the bond will be set at $10,000. All right, Gustavo Lima Leoncio Saras. Sorry. All the last names are put together. Try to see where to break it up. All right, so you're here today for possession of cocaine. I have reviewed your arrest affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. I'm setting your bond at, does he qualify for pretrial release?
He wasn't interviewed, Your Honor.
So we'll put your bond at 500 or drug PTR if you qualify.
Any conditions?
To not consume any drugs.
That was 500, Your Honor?
Yes, we set it for 500. All right, thank you. Willie Doc Manning. All right, Mr. Manning, how are you doing today? Very well, thank you, thank you. All right, so you are here today for forgery and uttering of forgery. I have reviewed your affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you, and your bond is set as follows: $1,500 for count 1 and $100 for count 2. All right. Good luck to you.
Any conditions?
That's right. No additional conditions. All right, Moises Martinez. All right, so Mr. Martinez, you're actually out on bond for domestic violence strangulation. You have new offenses that are traffic related. Therefore, I'm going to take no action on your bond case. Okay, appointing the public defender to represent you on your new matter.
Excuse me, so I don't have no bond?
No. Well, you have a bond on the 2021 CF 12231. I'm not going to take any action on it. And as for your new cases, I'm setting the bond as follows. For operating driver's license as a habitual traffic offender, I'm setting your bond at 1,000. That's the only charge. All right. You are not to drive without a license. You understand that's a condition of your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck. All right. I feel like we saw this guy already. Didn't we call this earlier? All right, Adrian Matias. That's you?
Abram Page.
You're able? All
Yeah,
right, so that name, he probably bonded. We'll double check. Abram Page, he probably bonded. We have to ask, okay. No, that's him. The first one that I called was Adrian Matias, inmate number 21021-329.
He bonded.
Bonded. All right, now for you, sir, Abram Page. You are here today for aggravated assault with a firearm, 2 counts, and also shooting into an occupied vehicle. All right. I did review your warrant. There's been probable cause previously set. And your bonds will be as follows. You'll be $10,000 for count 1, $10,000 for count 2, and $2,500 for count 3. You are not to be in possession of any firearms. You should have no contact with any victim or witnesses in this case. You understand?
Ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Okay, next one is Deborah Rogers. How are you doing today?
Hello.
Hello. All right, you are here today for burglary of a structure and grand theft. I have reviewed your affidavit. There's been a prior finding of probable cause in this case. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you, and your bonds will be as follows. 5,000 for count 1 and 100 for count 2. You are to not return to the scene and not to have any contact with any victims or witnesses in this case. Good luck. All right, Joseph Eugene Smith,
Yes, ma'am.
how are you doing today?
I'm not doing good, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, because my brother, Sylvester Smith, used my name to get arrested.
Okay.
Joseph Smith, I got the paperwork right here. This is him. I was in jail. They arrested me yesterday, brought me down. The officers from the jail showed the arresting officer the mistake that was made. They told me that I needed to come in front of the judge. He's incarcerated right now under Joseph Eugene Smith.
Your Honor, I actually know a little bit about this. I actually represent Sylvester Smith in the other case, and I understand that he is currently booked under Mr. Joseph Smith's name. That being said, I clearly won't stay on this case after today, but that being said, I just think it's best that we just take no action on any out-of-bond cases because of the identity issue associated with Mr. Sylvester Smith. Okay. I represent Mr. Sylvester Smith on his cases.
Okay, so if I get this correctly, what is being proffered to the court is that this is actually Mr. Joseph Eugene Smith.
That's me.
But he did not commit the cases that he's out on bond for?
That's correct.
All right, so, but he's not making any statements of admission or guilt as to the new charges.
That's correct.
Okay.
Sylvester Smith has been incarcerated for over a month.
Okay.
So, that's correct. We're making no statement regards to the new charges. I'm just saying that I think we're at the parsing this out later, but at the same time, any action on any out-of-bond case is going to end up being.
All right, state. I know you're new to the party, but you understand.
Seems a bit confusing, but I understand that the individual who is currently in, well, not here, but the other case is a different individual. The state has no objection to the court taking no action on the other case.
Okay. All right, so we'll take no action on the new out-of-bond cases. Victory for the defendant and the attorney who did a great job proffering to the court. And we'll go ahead as to the new charges. We do have robbery with a firearm, so that's a presumption evident, proof evident presumption great case.
Are you serious, man? Yes. Are you serious? I don't have the money to pay for this to get up. I'm already out on 2 bonds right now.
We're not taking any action on your bond cases.
That's what I have to post bond. I don't have the money to post bond. I'm out on $250,000 bonds, Judge.
Oh, you're saying
I'm
that
already out on bond.
So what he's saying that there's an identity issue as to the new charges as well?
I don't think I can at this point continue to have any statement because this is information to me that I think given my conflict,
Yes.
I can no longer.
All right, so that's gonna be hashed out with, whoever your attorney is going to be. There are new charges. If you're saying that that's your brother, there's gonna be a problem because your brother's been in jail for a month. So, that being said, and I say blah, 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 blah. Oh, I'm gonna set bonds in this case, sorry. And I really just, you can ask it to be revisited when you get a chance to speak to an attorney. So I'm appointing the public defender for purposes today. I understand there's a conflict. They're probably gonna file their motion to withdraw based on conflict, and you'll get appointed. Oh, why don't we just do it now? Do you wanna just appoint now?
I think that'd be best.
Okay, so let's go ahead and appoint regional conflict counsel.
So how much money I need to pay?
Okay.
I can follow the motion too.
Okay, so we'll just go do the old fashioned way.
Yeah.
Public defender appointed currently.
Public defender appointed for purposes of initial appearance. You can note on the court minutes that there is a conflict. The public defender represents the brother. And so regional conflict counsel may be appointed at a later time. You can revisit the bond issue at a later time. But as far as the cases that we have right now, count 1 is a PBL, correct?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Robbery with a firearm.
Your Honor, I just don't know how we could possibly find proof evidence presumption great given the ID issues already associated. That being said, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable.
I understand. Well, we'll let this be reviewed by another attorney. So I'm just gonna set it as, no bond on count one. Count two is $1,000, count three is $2,500, count four is $1,000, and count five is $1,000. They'll get this hashed out as soon as possible for you, okay?
Ma'am?
Good luck. Good luck. I don't want you to add any more testimony in the record based on the issues of
I got
identity.
no bond.
Not this time. Think maybe the brothers should keep separate cells. All right. James Taylor. Hi, Mr. Taylor. How you doing?
All right.
Good. All right. You are here today for sale of cannabis without consideration. I mean, that was free. And possession of cannabis and possession of drug paraphernalia. Does he qualify for PTR?
No, Your Honor.
No drug PTR for you. All right. So I find probable cause for all charges, even though they didn't really explain what without consideration. And we'll go ahead and set the bond as follows. For count one, I'm setting the bond at 500. Count two is 100, and count three is 100. No conditions of release.
So that's 300?
No, I said 500, 100, and 100. You gotta get a bond from them. All right, Jessica DeHanita. How are you doing today?
I'm alive.
You're alive. That's good.
Yes.
That's good. So you are here today just for failures to appear. And so we're gonna have your division judge did not set the bonds for your case. So you're gonna have your bond set by the division judge, okay?
What does that mean?
That means you failed to appear for court and your judge,
COVID.
because, well, you had to tell your judge about that, but your judge didn't know. So now you gotta go tell your judge why you missed court, okay?
Okay.
Good luck. No defenders appointed. All right. The next one is Nicholas Todd.
Medical, Your Honor.
Medical. We're gonna go ahead and waive his appearance for today. Gonna revoke his bond because it seems to be an ongoing drug issue. And we'll set him a bond for $1,000 on count one. Condition of release to not possess any drugs.
Your Honor, what was the case number for the?
Revoked bond is 2021 CF 12239.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Luis Javier Vasquez. Is that you, sir?
Yes.
All right, welcome. You are here today for possession of a controlled substance. I have reviewed your police report. I do find that there's probable cause in this case. We're gonna set your bond at $8,000, and you are not to possess any drugs while you're out on bond. Do you understand that?
Okay. Yes.
All right, good luck to you. Public defenders appointed. All right, the next person is Vestine Solomon Bedward.
Bonded.
Bonded. And Robert Lee Jones. All right, Mr. Lee Jones, how you doing today?
I'm okay.
Good. Well, you are here today for driving while license suspended while revoked. And that's it. I'm gonna appoint a public defender to represent you. Find out there's probable cause and your bond is set at $500. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
I'm sorry?
Any conditions?
No driving while out on bond. All right, next person is Michelle Antoinette Walker. You don't have that name. Inmate number 21 1335.
Bonded.
Bonded. All right, what about Yatasha Lamitra Equi? Bonded. Good, you're making my job easy. Fermin Arroyo Velasquez.
Refuse.
Refused, okay, well, he waived his appearance. We're gonna go ahead and revoke his bond on 2021 MM 6383. And there's probable cause on his new trespass violation. Appointing public defender, represent him, finding a probable cause, and set the bond at $500. No return to the scene. And no contact with any witnesses or victims.
He has an open container as well.
And an open container, we'll give him $50 bond on that one. Amber Braithwaite. Is that you?
Yes.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today? How are you doing?
Good.
Great. All right, well, you're here today for criminal mischief. I did review your charging affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause for the charge of criminal mischief. I'm appointing a public defender to represent you, and your bond is $500. You're not to return to the scene, and you're not to have any contact with any victims or witnesses in this case. Do you understand that?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you. John Glenn Shapley. Hi, how are you doing today? Good. Well, you're here today for shoplifting and petty theft. I'm appointing a public defender to represent you. I find that there's probable cause in your case, and your bonds are as follows. It's $500 for count 1 and $100 for count 2. Good luck to you.
Ma'am?
Yes?
What, if I went ahead and plead out today, what would I be looking at?
Oh,
There's not an offer from the state.
there's no offer from the state. Sorry.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
No return to the scene. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a blessed day.
You too.
Wait.
All right. Wanza Thomas.
No.
We don't
No, you don't have that number? Let me, hold on. It is 2102-1339.
Bonded.
Bonded. Yippee. Darnell York.
Yes.
All right, that name sounds familiar, right? So you are here today for criminal mischief. I have had the opportunity to review your affidavit. I do find that there's probable cause, and your bond is $500, okay? And I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. You are not to return to the scene, and you are not to have any contact with any victims or witnesses, okay? You resolve it today. State, is there an offer?
No, Your Honor, because there is a victim.
Okay, no offer today. Well, the victim, yeah, but there is a victim, so they have to talk to her, okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
All right.
Okay. Okay, Jonah Balik.
No, Your Honor, we don't have that.
Okay, so 21021344. He's out of county warrant. He can't be bonded.
He bonded.
He bonded?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a bond. There you go. All right. So are you Kendrick Sedano? All right. Come forward. All right, Mr. Sedano, you are currently here for violation of probation. You're on probation for domestic violence, battery by strangulation, and your bond will have to be set by your division judge, okay? I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in the meantime. Yes?
What am I getting violated for?
Well, your public defender will represent you, will tell you. Right now, I don't have the complete affidavit. Let me see. But you had an out-of-county warrant, so I can't tell you. But
You're not able to tell me what I violated my probation for?
No, Osceola will tell you. Okay? I'll send you over there. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now we're calling the Creole interpreter. Is that gonna be for Leroy? Or the last one? Is that him though? Ronald? Yes. All right, come on. Oh, we need the interpreter for the victim, right? All right. Hello, Madam Interpreter?
Yes, the interpreter is on the line.
All right, have you been sworn in?
No, I have not.
All right, raise your right hand to be sworn in.
Do you solemnly swear to translate from Haitian Creole to English, from English to Haitian Creole to the best of your ability?
I do.
Please state your name for the record.
And interpreter ID number 200857.
Okay. All right, Mr. Carenad, you are here today for aggravated child abuse. And go ahead.
Monsieur Carenad, ou vin la jodia pour abus timoun aggravé.
I have had the opportunity to review your affidavit.
Mwen te gen opportunité pour m'te réviser affidavit ou.
And I do find that there's probable cause for the aggravated child abuse.
Mwen jwen gen cause probable pour abus aggravé timoun.
I understand that the victim is your daughter.
Mwen kompran ke victime nan se petite fille ou liye.
And we have your daughter, I believe, present today along with somebody.
Et mwen kwa ke petite fille la li présent jodia accompagné avec yon moun.
Right. And who is the adult person in the box?
Qui est moun adulte sa ki la?
My stepmom.
Okay, your stepmom. Where's your mom?
Belle-mère mwen kote maman ou. En Haïti.
Oh, she said in Haiti? Okay.
En Haïti? Oui.
All right. So I know stepmom, what's your name?
Et belle-mère, comment elle est?
Marilyn Karen Andre.
Marilyn Carinette Andre.
Do you have anything to say?
Ou gen aucun bagay ou vle di?
No.
No.
Okay. If the father is not permitted to return to the home, will you be able to care for the stepchild?
Si yo pa permette mes papa retourner nan kay la, eske wap kapab pran soin pitit la?
Mwen kapab pou kom.
Comment?
Mwen pa kapab pou kom.
I won't be able on my own.
Okay. And let me see. Yushin? Is that it? Is that your, how do you say your name?
Yushin.
Comment you know?
Yushin.
Michin?
Okay. Are you in fear of your father?
Eske ou gen peur ou peur papa ou?
No.
No.
Okay. If your dad was allowed to return home, would you have a problem calling the police if something were to happen?
Si yo permette papa ou retourner nan kay la, si gen yon bagay ki rive, eske wap ka brele la police? Eske wap perele la police?
No.
No.
All right. And stepmom, this court is going to order no corporal punishment.
Belle-mère, tribunal la ordonne nous pour nous pas battre petite là, pour nous pas lever mes sous li. Puni li, pas battre li. Pour nous pas battre li, n'a puni li.
Do you understand that would you be able to call the police if the defendant were to be exercising corporal punishment on the child?
Est-ce que wap capable rele la police si défendeur là t'a levé main li t'a bat petite là, balkou?
Oui.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so, Mr. Cardinal, I don't want you to make any comments on your case, but I have read the police report in this case, which indicate that you stripped your child down to naked and beat her with a rope. That is not acceptable in this country. I am gonna grant a bond for you in the amount of $5,000. You are to not have any corporal punishment on your child, and you are to not have any unsupervised contact with your child. You can live with her, but you are not to take her to any hotels by yourself. Do you understand that?
Your Honor, may the state speak on the record?
Hold on, let the translation take place first.
Monsieur Kainat, where was I? Si que ou retour, moi comprendre que ou pas besoin faire aucun commentaire parce que moi ouais rapport police là qui indique que ou te déshabillé petit ou à net ou mettez le tout uni et pour battre li avec un code. Bagay comme ça, yo pas accepter genre de bagay comme ça aux États-Unis. Ma bon yon bon pour $5,000 liberté conditionnelle, bon, et puis ou pas capable battre petite là, ou pas capable toucher li, lever main sous li, ou pas capable ou pas capable visite avec lui sans qu'on pas gain supervision. Ça veut dire même sous nan ka là ou pas capable sortir avec lui, al mener dans l'hôtel aucun côté avec lui, sans qu'on pas gain supervision. Est-ce que vous comprenez?
You are also to comply with all DCF orders.
Et puis c'est poursuivre tout l'ordre DCF by.
Right, state?
Yes, Your Honor, the state would just like to put on the record that the state objects to contact, given the facts of the case, that the victim is a minor and that she, once viewed by law enforcement, had multiple bruises and other marks about her body, including open wounds.
Et État dit comme ça, État, en tant qu'État, nous fait objection à nous pas d'arriver pour gagner aucun contact avec petite là, parce que petite là sont mineurs liés. Petite là gagne, yo te ouais en pile sans cahier sous lui, côté li gagne côté dans col qui coupé, qui blessé.
I understand the objection, but all indication, it doesn't seem that there's any priors. All indications seem to be on this incident. The child has indicated that she has no problem contacting law enforcement. The stepmother has been informed as well that she is to contact law enforcement. I'm sure she does not want to be an accessory to a crime.
Et nous pas moi comprendre que objection là mais pas gain aucun l'autre bagage qui était fait avant ça et puis ti moun nan dit comme ça que li capable reler la police si on va arriver belle-mère a dit tout li ka reler la police et moi sûr que belle-mère a pas ta vle pour ta mettre li comme un complice dans genre de bagage ça yo à l'avenir.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes?
If I can quote one of the lines of the my affidavit, it says, on her right thigh, there were additional similar markings in several areas near her vaginal area that appeared to have been open wounds, which were healing at the time, which indicates that there had been prior abuse.
Et moi si me capable lire ça na affidavit qui dit que dans bord droite li, yo te ouais que li te gen un paquet cicatrice dans bord droite li et puis te gen côté dans vagin li qui te blessé qui te montre que il te gen abus qui te fait sous lui avant ça.
You know, if I could be heard.
Yes?
Just briefly, I understand the state's reading of the affidavit. There's no indication in the affidavit that those prior wounds were from any specific individual whatsoever. And while I think it should be impressed upon the victim's mother and, of course, on the defendant, that this never happen again, I think sufficient protections are in place now in order to have contact with the child. I'd say I've heard from both the child and the child's stepmother, who is the other caregiver, that they need in home the health care for the child. I certainly would not come out here and argue that protections are in order, but I think we have sufficient protections.
I'm going to agree with defense at this time. I can't stress enough, ultimately, there may be indications that there's been prior incidences. That's not acceptable. You are in custody now, and DCF is involved. So I think that the protections are in place. You are not to have any unsupervised contact. Ma'am, you have to understand he is not allowed to take the child anywhere by himself. He is not allowed to be by himself with the minor child. You understand that?
Et moi pas sensible que monsieur li pas capable c'est pour lui en bien bas supervision dans DCF, li pas capable monsieur pas arrêter pour compte li avec Simon nan nan kay la. Li pas capable mener Simon nan à l'aucun côté. Li pas capable prendre aucun contact avec Simon nan si pas gen l'autre monde là qui superviser. Est-ce qu'on comprend ça madame?
Oui.
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. That's all for today.
Me finissez ça seulement aujourd'hui. Your Honor, anything else for the interpreter?
No, no more Creole.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor, for using our services.
All right.
Today.
All right. Kenara Charles. Is that you, sir? Okay. All right. You're here today for out-of-county warrants. And there you have no bonds for domestic violence, battery, domestic false imprisonment, and tampering with a witness. So you'll stay at no bond until extradition. Good luck to you. Public defenders appointed.
Hello? I'm sorry. Hello?
Yes?
Your Honor, I apologize. This
Oh,
is the
sorry.
interpreter. I'm not able to release.
No, yeah, we're disconnecting with you. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, next case. Veronica Rivera. All right, you're here today for a violation of probation on an out-of-county warrant. And there is no bond set up, so the bond will remain at 0 until your extradition. Public defender is appointed to represent you.
May I have a bond?
I cannot give you a bond because it's not from this county. Okay? They didn't afford you one. Good luck. Manuel Rodriguez or Rodriguez Manuel? All right, how are you doing today?
Okay, yourself?
Very well, thank you. You are here today for a probable cause determination. There was a lack of probable cause found by Judge Gibson when this case first appeared. State?
I'm sorry, who is this?
This is, well, it's styled as Manuel J. Rodriguez. Yes, yes. You got 24 hours to come up with probable cause?
One moment, Your Honor.
You don't have a name, there's nothing for resisting officer without violence.
The state has not received an affidavit as of yet, Your Honor.
All right, so he'll be R to both counts. No probable cause.
Your Honor, with the ROR, I request that there be conditions.
Your Honor, I don't think we can impose any conditions.
I cannot.
Okay.
Thank you. Clarence Jackson. Is that you, sir? Yes, ma'am. Okay, perfect. You are here today. Is this the one?
Yes.
The duplicate?
Yes.
Bye. That was nice of him to come back for bye. All right. Mr. Jackson. Sorry, I know we're all taken back here, but you're here today for violation of pretrial release. But that has already been addressed with a different case, so we're just gonna go ahead and, what am I doing, deleting? Is that what you said we we're gonna do?
You can either, the supervisor said you can either leave it and let him go to the judge that is assigned to, or if you want to ROR it, that's up.
Okay, so we'll ROR you on the 3 counts because it's duplicative. Judge Brewer already revoked your pretrial release on the cases that you're here for violation of pretrial release. So we're gonna ROR you as to the 3 counts, okay? Good luck. Oops. Public defenders appointed to represent you. Oh my goodness, is this the last one? Is this the last one? All right, that's good.
No, one more, Ramos.
All right, so we have Robert Ramos.
Your Honor.
He bonded?
No, he
Right here, okay. This is happy dancing for All right, Mr. Ramos, you are the lucky last contestant of the day. You are here today for violation of community control, and so we're gonna let your division judge set your bond, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you. And we're done. Oh, so proud. My cutoff time is always 2 o'clock, and we did good.
That's pretty good. Definitely done worse.
Hey, but you've done better. Come on, this is good. All right, well, you guys get your Saturday back.